What's up YouTube, it's Dirty Dave. In this video we're doing a tag guide for the map Outback on the objective Compressor Room and Gear Store. So we're going to be starting off with the battle planner, but as always I'll have timestamps down in the comments so you guys can skip to the parts you want to see. But the main important part of this site is the vertical play, so I'll be going in a custom game and showing you guys the angles in a first person perspective. So let's get right to it. Here you can see where the operators are going to spawn in north and south and the operator line up to the right. I know that I recommended gridlock a lot of the time, so I swapped in sledge for gridlock. And you don't need any hard breaching, but we don't know which side the defense will go, so it's always good to take a hard breach, whether they go one of the second floor sides or the other first floor site. So I want to show you guys the objective real quick, and let me zoom in. A little bit too much. All right, so right here, this is Compressor Room. You can see this is where we're going to plant the bomb, and then Habana or Zofia will be the one of the ones planting. And this is kind of getting a little bit ahead of itself, but the red lines, and this is a hatch. So red lines is hard breaching, and the red square, that's a hatch that might be reinforced. But like I said, there is no hard breaching that you want to be done, unless like the only hard breaching maybe is to get into garage. But that's about it. Thing is with the hard breaching on this is that you add more flanks to yourself, because since we do want to plant compressor, this is one objective room, and over here to the west is the other objective room. And if you hard breach this wall, that allows people to come in from gear store to restaurant to kitchen and flank if you open up this wall. And as well from the north over by nature room, go through the main hallway and from kitchen and just flank Habana. So you don't want to hard breach anything, because that just adds more flanks that can be done to you. Same thing with the garage. You open up a garage and Zofia can get flanked and shot in the back. So if you know they're going to this objective, you don't need a hard breach. But like I said, you don't know which objective they're going to, so it's always good to take a hard breach. So now the main focus of the site, like I said, is the vertical play, and we're going to want to do a roam clear on the top floor, the second floor. And you can see that we're mainly coming from the north side, and we want control of garage and above the objective. So this blue rectangle that is above compressor room, this pink rectangle that is above gear store, and this purple rectangle is above the market and freezer room down the south. So you can't, I just showing you guys how the layout goes. You can't hard breach or vertical breach on the mini mart. And then part of gear store is also you can't do vertical play because it extends farther out than the second floor and has a metal ceiling. But with compressor room, you can do vertical play on the whole room. So that's why we want to plant there and just get multiple angles, flush out the attackers, force them over to gear store, and that allows us to plant. And we could also do some vertical play on gear store as well. And since we want control of garage, the thing is with garage, you don't want to clear from garage because it's a trap. If you try to hop in through these hallways, the rafters for garage, you have no room to move around. So it's just like shooting a fish in a barrel for the defenders. If they're playing in this area, the little lounge for garage, they just have to shoot straight on. You have no freedom of movement, so that makes it a really easy kill for the defense. And that's why we're clearing from the top, we're clearing from the west, from the east, and from the north. So you can see where the attackers are going to be coming from. We have a claymore on the flanks. Like, we can ignore the northwest side of the map over here, laundry, games. We're not clearing that. We don't care about that. So we just put a claymore, put it down, forget. Another claymore on the shark window. So the flank through piano, through terrace onto shark. You cut those two off. And then we're just be focusing. So depending, roamer and office, you have multiple ways to come down and take out the roamers, trade your teammates, and just get map control, because at the end of the day, we want to do vertical play. So like I said, we'll do that in a custom game. And now the main focus is now getting the plant down. The only way you can get flanked is through the garage door or just them rotating between objectives. So how we're going to cut off the garage door is you can have one person sit on the rafters and just watch it, and then Zofia can do that herself, but she also has to watch reception for any of the roamers trying to come back. Someone needs to cut off, so Zofia can like sit right here and cut off both, but then she has to watch two angles and she's only one person. So you can have one person in rafters, one watching reception, and then Habana planting, and then Buck and Sledge will probably be up top covering. I place these smokes, even though none of these operators have smokes or whatnot. I just mentioned this just in case you do take gridlock instead of sledge because I recommend gridlock for the other sides. So this is where you would place them just to cut off the rotations between objectives. And then Habana will be planted behind the compressor tank, which is a bulletproof cover. From above, you can watch the diffuser, and you can cut off the rotations from above. And it's a pretty simple strat. You'll clear this from above, so no one will be in this room. No one will be able to come into this room because of the vertical play and just the flanks you're watching. So it'll be easy plant for Habana. And when I go over the rush, I'll go over some of the things that defenders will do to kind of counter the strat. And that's about it. So let's go over to the rush strat. Okay, now we're on to the rush strat, and this is just, we're mainly going to be pushing through reception area. A little bit further down. Okay, so the reception is over here. We can see Habana and Sledge together. So this is the garage locker window reception door. So it's really close to the objective, so that's why I recommend a rush. But some of the things that the defense is going to do is that they'll place a mirror window on freezer wall to cut off that locker area, so you can't push through compressor at all. You can't push through the compressor door from garage. And there is some vertical play that can be done to deny that. And obviously we have a lot of explosives to deal with any barbed wire or traps and the castle barricade right here. So, you know, Sledge and Zofia can definitely handle that. And then Buck doing some vertical play that I'll show you guys can take out that Mira. So again, this is a rush. So Zofia can be pushing through the locker window. Sledge and Habana will push through reception. Habana will be on flank watch. There is no hard breach necessary. Zofia will be planning in that typical spot behind the bulletproof compressor tank, but we still need vertical play, you know, just for overwatch and also take out the mirror window. So Buck and IQ will have to rush through the garage windows. So right here, IQ can hold that same long angle that I always mention, and then they'll just have to push through. They'll have to win their gunfights, but with it being a rush, the roamers might rotate down, and it'll give, you know, Buck and IQ a free real estate. Or if anything, if you do have to, if there's enemies in lockers, anything bait IQ, because you definitely want that vertical play from Buck. So if anyone's gonna have to die, it should be IQ. So IQ pushes in first, Buck goes in for the trade. And these areas are where you can want to do the vertical play. So this area in the garage lounge, this is where you'll counter the mirror, take it out from above. This blue strip, this is a rotation, so you do some vertical play angles to cut off the rotation between the sides. And then this big blue rectangle, that is where you'll be planting the diffuser and just watching it from above. So pretty simple rush, and that's kind of the main way to counter. This is how you know if the enemy knows what they're doing. And they probably have the other mirror window facing in restaurant. That's the other typical spot. But I recommend that you put it on the second floor. But this is an attack guide and not a defense guide. So that's it for the strat. Let's go over to the vertical play. All right, now we're on to the vertical play. So let me show you guys that. I already pre-made it to save some time. So this angle right here from the garage lounge, this is the counter to the mirror window that will be in freezer. So you can probably thread the needle with a grenade to get the person behind the mirror window, or you can just shoot them from above. Some angles. So that's the freezer angle. This is so where the room's divided in the compressor and gear store, it lines up with this beam. So you can see the wall right there between the rooms. So this is where you want to go if you want to cut off the rotations. There might be like an impact hole right there, so just sit above it and just watch the rotations from above. This where the T shelves would be, or the orange shelves. You know, might someone in front of the window. Someone might be playing in these corners. Get that from above. Take out their cover. Going over by the compressor tank. So we're here on the west side of office. So this is where you're gonna want to plan. You have that bulletproof cover, a lot of cover, and then these walls. These are the kitchen walls, which will be reinforced. So all the walls behind you will be indestructible for the most part. And then you just have the garage door to watch out from, which one person can cover, and then just the rotates between the objectives, another person covered. Then over here the vertical play on gear store. So this is the office closet. You can see not much angles you can get. You can probably throw a grenade over in that corner, the tent corner over there. It's definitely a spot. And then again, you can just Probably you can see the mini mart door right there, so maybe you might get an angle onto people rotating between. But that's about it. Further north over here, this is the restaurant area. It's a pretty open area, so you won't really catch people. And then this area on Bull, this is the kitchen area. Again, you might not catch much people. But right here, this is a good angle to watch the kitchen door if they're trying to rotate through the backside. Watch the kitchen door. And then here's the other door over to restaurant. So that's it for our vertical play, and that's it for the video. Pretty simple. The main part is just you want control up top, plan behind compressor, and it's a wrap. So that's it for the video. Hope you guys enjoyed. If you learned something new, please leave a like, and if you want more Dirty Dave, subscribe. Till then, see you guys next time.